Good morning, everyone. Once again, I am here in front of you with the second lecture of chapter solution. So, today we are going to see the questions based on the formulas which we have learnt in the last class. So, let's begin with the first question, which is related with molality and mole fraction. So, first question we have, calculate molality and mole fraction of solute in aqueous solution containing 3 gram of urea. Molecular mass of urea is 60 gram per mole. You can even calculate per 250 gram of water. So 3 gram of urea, that is the solute, is present in 250 gram of water, that is the solvent. So we have to calculate the molality and the mole fraction. So first you need to know the formula of molality and mole fraction. So the data are given, mass of urea is 3 gram, that is the solute. Mass of solvent water is 250 gram. Molar mass of solute is 60 gram per mole, that is the urea. So we can calculate the molality by using the formula number of moles of solute by mass of solvent in kg, or by using the formula given mass by molecular mass into 1000 by mass of solvent. So just apply the formula. Here they have directly converted mass gram to kilogram, 0.250 kg. So just by calculating the number of moles we can get. So getting number of moles given mass by molecular mass 0.05. We applying the formula of molality, number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg, that is 0.250 kg. We get the answer 0.2 mole per kg. So by this way we have get the value of molality. Now we have to get the mole fraction. So getting the mole fraction, 0.250 kg is the molality. For mole fraction we need to know the number of moles of solute and number of moles of solvent. So the formula of mole fraction is number of moles of solute by number of moles of solute plus solvent. So how we'll get? So 3 gram of solute, urea 3, mass molecular mass 60, will get 0.05 mole. Water mass is given 250, molecular mass of water 18 gram. So we'll get 13.89 mole. So applying the formula of mole fraction, number of moles of urea, that is the solute, 0.05 by total number of moles. Finally we'll get the mole fraction of solute, that is the urea. Next question we have, calculate mole fraction of ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol formula is C2H6O2 in a solution containing 20% C2H6O2 by mass. So in question it is given that ethylene glycol is how much? 20%. So if we consider, let the mass of solution be 100 gram. So what will be that of ethylene glycol? 20 gram. And what will be that of water or the solvent? That will be 100. So here we have, let the mass be 100 gram, mass of solution be 100 gram. Therefore solution will be containing 20 gram of ethylene glycol. And what will be the amount of water? Solvent, 80 gram of solvent. So therefore we have to get the mole fraction. Mole fraction of ethylene glycol mass is given 20 gram, molecular mass 62. When you calculate you will get 62 gram per mole. Is 62, will get 0.322 moles of ethylene glycol. So what about the water? Number of moles. So given mass by molecular mass 80 by 18, we get this value. So finally we have to get the mole fraction of ethylene glycol. Number of moles of ethylene glycol we have calculated, divided by number of moles of ethylene glycol plus number of moles of water. So finally we'll get the mole fraction of ethylene glycol, that is 0.0068. In order to get the mole fraction of water, as it is not asked in question, so get the mole fraction of water, what we have to do? We have to take the number of moles of water above divided by total number of moles, or we can subtract it with 1. Whatever value of mole fraction we have got for ethylene glycol, subtract it with 1, you will get the value for the mole fraction of water. That is also a formula. Mole fraction of solute plus mole fraction of solvent is equals to 1. So knowing the mole fraction of any one, subtracting it with 1, we get the another value. Third question, calculate molarity of solution containing 5 gram of NaOH in 450 ml solution. So moles of, you have to calculate the molarity. So either you apply directly to formula or solve it indirectly. Number of moles of NaOH given mass by molecular mass will get value. Volume in liter, divide by, it is given 450 ml. So divide with 1000 will get 0.45 milliliter. So molality equals to number of moles divided by volume of solution in liter. We get the final value. Next question number 4. Calculate molality of 2.5 gram of ethanoic acid CH3COOH in 75 gram of benzene. So ethanoic acid is solute which is present in 75 gram of benzene, that is the solvent. Mass of solute, mass of solvent is known. We can get the answer by using the formula of molality, given mass by molecular mass into 1000 by mass of solvent. So molecular mass of ethanoic acid is 60 gram per mole. You can calculate by yourself. Moles of ethanoic acid, to given mass 2.5, molecular mass 60. So we have got the number of moles, that is 0.0417 mole. Moles of ethanoic acid. What about the mass of benzene in grams? So 75 divided by 1000 will get this value. So molality equals to number of moles of solute. We have calculated 0.0417 divided by mass of solvent in kg, that is 7.5 into 10 power minus 3 kg. So directly you can make it by using the formula which I have given mass by molecular mass into 1000 by mass of solvent in gram. Next question is the internal question of NCERT, that is question number 2.1. Question asks, calculate mass percentage of benzene CCl4 if 22 gram of benzene is dissolved in 122 gram of CCl4. So you have to calculate the mass percentage of benzene as well as CCl4. So I will get the mass percentage of compound, mass of compound in solution by total mass of solution in 200. So mass percentage of benzene will be how much? Mass is given 22. And what will be the mass of solution? So mass of solution will be 22 plus 122, we'll get 144 into 100. So just by simple mass percentage formula you will get the mass of benzene. Same way mass percentage of CCl4, mass of CCl4 is 122 divided by mass of solute plus solvent, that is 122 plus 22, 144 into 100 will get 84.72. So mass percentage of CCl4 100 minus mass percentage of benzene will give you the final value. Another internal question of NCERT, that is question number 22. Calculate the mole fraction of benzene. Calculate the mole fraction of benzene in solution containing 30% by mass in CCl4. So if it is given in percentage, let the mass of solution be 100 gram. So by that way, what will the mass of CCl4? 30 gram. So 30% of benzene in CCl4 means the mass of benzene in solution is 30 gram. And the mass of solution is how much? 100 gram. So therefore mass of CCl4 will be how much? So 100 minus 30, that is 70 gram. So by this way we can calculate, we come to know the mass of CCl4 30 gram and that of benzene 70 gram. So we have to get the mole fraction. So number of moles of benzene will be how much? Given mass by molecular mass. Mass is 30, molecular mass of benzene is 78 gram per mole. So we get 0.385 mole. And similar way, number of moles for CCl4 given mass by molecular mass of CCl4 154. So we'll get 0.455 mole. So therefore finally mole fraction of benzene will be given mass of benzene, number of moles of benzene by number of moles of benzene plus number of moles of CCl4. So by just putting the value we'll get the final answer. For knowing the mass fraction of mole fraction of CCl4, subtract the mole fraction of C6H6 benzene with 1, you will get the mole fraction of CCl4. Next question. Question number 2.3, internal question. Calculate molarity of each of the following. Question number A is 30 gram of CONH3 का whole twice, that is cobalt nitrate dot C6H2O in 4.3 liter of solution. Another question is 30 ml of 0.5 m H2SO4 diluted to 500 ml. So you have to calculate the molarity in both the case. So first, going with the first one, molecular mass of CuNO3 whole 2.6H2 will be, just get the value, cobalt molecular mass is 58.7. Just solve it. Finally, we'll get how much? We'll get 240.7, like 240.7 gram per mole. So we have got the molecular mass. We can get the number of moles given mass by molecular mass of cobalt nitrate. So just put the formula, applying the formula there. Given mass is 30 and the molecular mass is 240.7 gram per mole. So we'll get the number of moles of cobalt nitrate, that is 0.0966. A volume is given in question, 4.3 liters. So just apply the formula of molarity. Volume is given 4.3. So the molarity equals to number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liters. So number of moles we have calculated, volume is given. Finally, we'll got the value, that is 0.02 m. Same way we'll go with the question number 2 also. The question number 2, 30 ml of 0.5 m H2SO4 diluted to 500 ml. So just apply directly to the formula. First we have to convert this value 30 ml of 0.5 m H2SO4 to mass. Then only we can get the answer. So how will convert this to mass? Let's see. So 1000 ml of 0.5 m H2SO4 contains how much? H2SO4, 0.5 mole. So 30 ml of 0.5 m H2SO4 contains how much? So 0.5 divided by 1000 into 30 ml will give you the value 0.015 mole. That value is the amount of H2SO4 present in 30 ml, that is 0.015 mole. So finally we have got the volume of solution in ml. Let's convert this one to liter. So applying the formula of molarity of solution, give number of moles divided by number of moles of solute we have calculated for H2SO4 in 30 ml. 1000 ml, again 1000 ml have 0.5 m H2SO4, which have how many moles? 0.5 moles. So 30 ml of 0.5 m H2SO4, question asks this only, will have how much? So 0.5 divided by 1000 into 30. So we have got the number of moles in 30 ml of 0.5 m H2SO4 by this way. So finally we have just put it the value, getting the answer. Next question, that is question number 2.4. Calculate mass of urea required in making 2.5 kg of 0.25 molar aqueous solution. So you have to calculate the mass of urea in making 2.5 kg of 0.25 molar aqueous solution. So here we can apply direct formula of molality to get the answer even. Or either you can go with the process. So moles of urea given, that is number of moles. This one is number of moles, small n. Number of moles of urea is 0.25 mole. Mass of solvent 1000 gram. That will be 1000 gram. 1 kg that have 1000 gram. Because mole per kg, molal means mole per kg. So mole is here, moles of urea per kg means 1 kg of solvent. So mass of solvent is 1 kg, that is 1000 gram. And molecular mass of urea is 60 gram. So therefore 0.25 gram of moles of urea have, what will the mass is number of what will the mass, number of moles is given 0.25, molecular mass is given 60. So 0.25 into 60 we get 15 gram. 15 gram. So finally 1000 gram initially. So it is asking for 2.5 kg of 0.25 molar. So 1000 gram was already present, and 15 gram further, from 0.25 moles of urea we have got how much gram? 15 gram. So what will the total mass of solution? So 1000 was already there, 1000 plus 15, it gives 1015 gram. Convert it to gram, we get divide with 1000, 1.015 kg. Now applying to the formula of mole concept, that 1.015 kg of solution contain urea how much? 15 gram. So question is asking for how much? 2.5 kg of solution will require urea how much? So 1.5 divided by this value into 2.5 gives the 37 gram final answer. So these all the formulas and numericals we have even done in first chapter, that was mole concept of 11. Try to repeat, do the revision of that. Calculate molality. Next question, molality, mole fraction of Ki if density of 20% aqueous Ki is 1.202 gram per mole. So density is given. 20% of Ki means 20 gram of Ki. So 20% of Ki means what? Mass of Ki 20 gram. What will be the mass of water? Mass of solution in water. Mass of solution will be 100. So what will the mass of water solvent? 100 minus 20. That will be 80 gram. 80 gram or 0.080 kg. So we have to calculate the molarity, mole fraction all from this data. So molality, molar mass of Ki will comes 166. Number of moles given mass by molecular mass gives 0.102. So applying the formula of molality, number of moles of Ki by mass of solvent in kg. So mass of solvent uh, 0.120 is the number of moles. Mass of solvent we have calculated back in kg, that is 0.0280 kg. We'll get finally 1.5 mole per kg. Same way molarity, density is given. So density equals to mass by volume. So you have to get the volume of solution. So we will apply the formula. Density of solution is given. Volume of solution is, we have to get mass of solution is given 100 gram. So volume of solution will be by what? Density equals to mass by volume. So volume will be mass by density. Mass is 100 gram and density is given in question. Just apply it, will get the volume of solution 83.2 ml in liter, 0.0832 liter. Next, just apply the formula of molality, number of moles of Ki by volume of solution in liter. So we'll just put the value, we'll get the final answer. Same way, go with the mole fraction of Ki. Number of moles of Ki is given. Number of moles of water, calculated mass of water by molecular mass of water 80 by 18 will get 4.44. So mole fraction of Ki will be number of moles of Ki divided by total number of moles. Number of moles of Ki is given 0.120. Number of moles of Ki plus number of moles of water. Finally, we'll get the answer from it also. So till here we have learned different numericals based on it. Let's have some more questions based on the external exercise of NCERT. So we have NCERT text exercise here. So first question is define solution type with example, which we have already done. Second question, interstitial solid solution. Third question is define mole fraction, molarity at all. Fourth question we are going to do, that is asking concentration. Concentrated HNO3 used in lab is 68%. HNO3 by mass. In aqueous solution, what should be the molarity of such sample of acid if density of solution is 1.504 gram per mole? So from this question, percentage concentration of HNO3 is given in percentage 68%. In aqueous solution, that is water solvent, what should be the molarity? So we have to get the molarity, density is given. So 68% means what? 68 gram of HNO3, mass of solution be 100. Mass of solution is 100. Number of moles of solute is equals to given mass by molecular mass. So given mass of HNO3 is 68, molecular mass you will get 63. So you will get the number of moles. Density is given. So apply the formula of density equals to mass by volume. So we have to get formularity. We need to know the volume of solution. So volume of solution equals to mass by density. So mass of solution is 100, molecular density is given in question 1.5. We'll get the volume of solution in ml, that converts to liter by dividing with 1000. So finally we'll get the molarity of solution equals to mass moles of solute by volume of solution. We'll get the final answer by this way. Next question is question number 5. A solution of glucose in water is labeled as 10% weight by weight. What should be the molarity and mole fraction of each component in solution if density of solution is given? Then what shall be the molality. What shall be the molarity? So they are asking for the molality, mole fraction, and even the molarity. So 10 gram, 10% will consider it as 10 gram. 10 gram of glucose, so 90 gram will be water solvent. Let's see. 10 gram of glucose means 10 gram 10 gram is present in solution. Water will be 90 gram. In kg it will be 0.090 kg of water. Number of moles of glucose given mass is 10. Molecular mass of glucose C6H12O6 is 180. So we'll get the number of moles. So molarity will be equals to number of moles of solute divided by volume of mass of solvent in kg. So mass of solvent is given water. So finally we'll get the molality. Same way we'll go with the mole fraction. So knowing the number of moles of water, given mass 90, molecular mass 18, 5 mole fraction of glucose, number of moles of glucose we have calculated earlier, that is 0.055. So number of moles of water plus number of moles of glucose will get the mole fraction of glucose, this one. So what will be that of water? So 1 minus the 0.01, 0.99 is the mole fraction of water. So finally we have to get the molarity. So molarity we need to convert the density into we get the volume. So volume equals to mass by density. Mass is 100 gram. Density is 1.2 gram per ml. So we get the volume of solution 83.33 mole in ml. In liter it is 0.08333 liter. So finally the molarity will be number of moles given by divided by number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liter. So just we'll get the answer finally from this also. Next we'll see question number 2.7. A solution obtained by mixing 300 gram of 25% and 400 gram of 40% solution by mass. Calculate mass percentage of resulting solution. So you have to calculate the mass percentage of resulting solution. So I will get, so solution obtained by mixing 300 gram of 25% and 400 gram of 40% solution by mass. So we'll go 300 gram of 25% of solution means what? 300 into 25 by 100 will get 75 gram. 400 of 40% means what? 400 into 40 by 100. So we'll get 160 gram. So total solution solute will be 75 plus 160, that is 235 gram. Uh, Total solution will be 300 taken, 300 gram plus 400. Out of that only 25% of 300 gram taken and 40% of 400 gram is taken. That is the total solution. So 300 plus 400 is the total solution 700 gram, and this gives the value of solute which is present to 235 grams. So just apply percentage of solute in the final solution. Given mass is 235 of solute and divide by total mass of solution, that is 700, and 200 we get 35.5. that is the percentage of solute in first solution, and percentage of water in the final solution will be how much? So just subtract with 100. So 100 minus 33.5 will get 66.5% is the water there. An antifreeze solution is prepared from 2 to 2.6 gram of ethylene glycol, formula is C2H4OH का whole 2 and 200 gram of water. Calculate molality of solution if density of solution is given. Then what shall be the molarity of solution? So they are asking for molality and molarity both. Just go with the formula. Mass of solute given, number of moles of solute will be how much? Given mass by molecular mass of glycol, that is 62 gram per mole. So finally we'll get number of moles of solute, that is 3.59 gram. So mass of solute is given, number of moles of solute is given. So just apply the formula. Number of moles given mass by molecular mass of solute, given mass is this much, molecular mass 62. So finally we'll get 3.59. So mass of solvent will be how much? That is what it is given in question, 200 gram. So 200 gram will be converted to kg, 0.200 kg. So finally we'll get the molality by from here, that molality equals to 3.59 mole divided by 0.200 kg. Number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg, we will get this molality. Now total mass of solution will be how much? So mass of solution consisting of solute plus solvent. Solute is 2 to 2.6 plus solvent is 200. Finally get 422.6 gram. What will the volume of solution? Density is given. Mass of solvent is known. Mass of solution is known. Total mass of solution we have calculated 422.6 divided by density. We'll get the volume of solution, that is 0.3942 liter. So finally we'll get the molarity, number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent, volume of solution in liter. So we'll get the final answer here. Now we are proceeding to the last question of today, that is, a sample of drinking water was found to be severely contaminated with chloroform CaCl3, supposed to be carcinogenic, which can cause cancer. The level of contamination was 15 ppm. 15 ppm is part per million. Question 1 is express this in percentage by mass. Second question, determine molality of chloroform in the water sample. So ppm formula we know, it is 15 ppm means 15 part in million by mass in solution. So percentage by mass formula we can apply. Percentage by mass equals to given ppm divided by 10 to the power 6 per mole per million into 100. So we'll get the percentage by mass. So it gives 1.5 in 10 power minus 4. Taking 15 gram chloroform in 10 power 6 gram of solution. So 15 gram of chloroform in 10.6 gram of solution we have to consider, which is given in question 15 ppm. So second is molality. So how we'll get the molality? Number of moles given mass by molecular mass into mass of solution, that is 10 to the power 6, that is in gram. So we'll divide it with 1000. So we'll get the molality. Just calculate it, we'll get the molality, that is equals to 1.25 in 10 power minus 4. So till here we have done most of the question. From next lecture we'll go with the solubility of solution. That's all.